Our next guest, in terms of the Techmobile and the whole concept of the Broadband Technology Opportunities Program and the big grant that we received, I don't think, excuse me, I don't think people really truly understand how much a part, Megan, that not only you have been, this is Megan Heath, by the way, who is really responsible for that truck. And I can remember way back when we were over at CSUMB and Arlene was with us, Arlene Krebs, and we were going through the grant and how to go ahead and get the grant. And you mentioned the truck and how you saw that helping our community and helping out. And I frankly thought, how on earth? I think I had this kind of typical masculine kind of thing, like, what? But it was a vision that you had, and every time I see that truck, I am dumbfounded that it actually happened. And it is out in the community, and it has done all of this work that we said. It wasn't easy getting it, but once we got it, and it is a testament to you. And Megan comes as close to, a person like Mother Teresa who has this kind of feeling for other people, and especially other people that are disadvantaged, at risk, poor. And Megan has an unfailing sense of the need to serve those people. And you're a very exceptional lady. And we have been very lucky to have worked with you. And the BTOP grant is coming to an end, but it's not going away, the truck. And Megan, tell us a little bit about, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the truck?
Yeah, of course. Have we talked about that already?
No.
Okay. Well, the truck, it's the Techmobile.
Yes, they saw it a little bit in the picture.
Okay, right. It's a fully functioning computing classroom on wheels and a digital media arts classroom as well. And the idea with the Techmobile is to bring the classroom directly to the people who might not otherwise have the opportunity to learn these computer skills. So we designed it specifically for the more remote communities in South Monterey County, the rural communities where they may not have, many people may not even have internet or computers in their home, or there's no nearby classroom where they might learn computers. So we designed this Techmobile specifically for those communities and those folks. And so far, I think it's been pretty successful. The novelty of it alone is exciting for people to see. And then when they get inside and they start learning and they see their work on the screens throughout the Techmobile, we have those beautiful big screens on the walls of the Techmobile. They get so excited, and it's the dreamed for reaction that we see in our students when they actually create something with the computer, and and they're oh, go on, please.
Jesse Valdez, who works with you as a teacher on board, along with Mike, the driver, they've had a lot of incredible experiences that they've shared with you. Why don't you share a few of those anecdotal kinds of things?
Oh, sure. We had one person who, for the first time, they were using Google, and Jesse showed her how to use Google Maps. And this is a common task they do in school, is to use Google Maps to find their hometown and find their specific house in their hometown in Mexico, for example. So this is like the first time they've been home in maybe 15 years is through Google Maps. Okay. I mean, that is so exciting. That's what it's all about.
How about in terms of computer literacy? It's right from the very, this is how you turn it on, to much more sophisticated video and so forth that's
Right.
available on the truck.
Right. So yes, we can teach a range of basic computer and digital media skills. So digital literacy includes, you know, anywhere from really basic computer skills, how to turn it on, how to create a document, to, you know, more advanced video production where you write, produce, direct, shoot, edit your own video. So we can do all of that aboard the Techmobile. We've learned that, of course, it's the adults who are more interested in the basic computer skill classes, and then it seems that the kids, the teens, they're more interested in doing, you know, animated movies or video production.
Now, how does somebody contract for the Techmobile? What do they do?
Well, what they do, it's beginning in October, we'll be able to rent out the Techmobile.
Okay.
And we do this on a first come, first served basis. And what they do is they have to call me or, you know, email me. And my email address is megan@mcaet.org. That's Megan at MCAET.org. And they can tell me exactly what they need, when they want it, how many people they expect to accommodate, where, and then I can build a customized quote for them, because the cost will depend on, you know, all of those different factors. So.
Can you envision the truck doing other things as well? I mean,
Sure. We've heard that there's some interest by county agencies to consider it like an emergency vehicle of some sort. If something were to happen, that might be available to them. It's something that we have yet to talk through, but it is a possibility. And like law enforcement or emergency services or whoever. We're also hoping to bring it to big employers in the area, especially agriculture companies. And for example, I'm going to propose that, you know, maybe we help their workers learn English aboard our Techmobile. So I think it's a wonderful idea. So,
Yes.
so that's something I really want to push for, because not only would it help us earn a little bit of revenue, but we'd still continue to serve the people that, you know, that we're here for, and help them, you know, build their language skills, computer skills, and while also helping the employer.
right. And possibly you can envision the Techmobile also supporting, especially some of our rural schools and school districts.
Right.
The ones in extreme far south, like Bradley or San Lucas or some of those schools as well.
Yeah, we have extremely remote communities that some of them may not even have internet access at school. So thanks to our wonderful satellite aboard the Techmobile, we can bring that to the school site, and maybe we could help them improve their access and their productivity using the internet with our Techmobile. So.
Now, as the Broadband Technology Opportunities Program grant winds down, who are some of the other participants in our local grant?
Oh, okay. Yes, we've been working with the Monterey County Free Libraries, the Boys and Girls Club from Monterey County, the National Steinbeck Center, Hartnell College, and a couple of local community-based organizations, grassroots efforts in, you know, grassroots training for people who don't speak English and who don't know the computer. So they go out into the communities and teach computer skills too.
So it's more than just the Techmobile. There are,
right.
public computing facilities.
Right. So through this big grant that funded the Techmobile, we also had funding to either establish or upgrade about 27, maybe 30 public computing centers throughout the county in the most underserved communities within Monterey County. So we did that, and then, you know, everybody else, all the other partners in their own ways continue to, you know, improve digital literacy skills for all of their clients and students. So we're all kind of doing this together. It's not just the Techmobile.
Right, right. Okay, again, I'm out there in television land, and this seems like a pretty good idea. Maybe I'm working for one of the big ag guys. How would you what would you recommend they do? I mean, there's also all the immigration and citizenship material out there as well.
Right.
Could the Techmobile help with that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we would love to do that too, because I know that there there's going to be an increasing demand for citizenship skills training for immigrants, and so we would love to help with that. So we would love to connect with those agencies who are serving those particular folks and help with that.
The Techmobile is equipped with a satellite. In other words, it can receive the information off the satellites for internet coverage and so forth. But for example, one of the things that could happen, and gosh, we hope this doesn't happen here in Monterey County, but we're getting close to the fire season. And I noticed that one of the big fires in Southern California, there was a big truck like ours, Techmobile, but it wasn't necessarily doing emergency broadcasts. What it was doing was enabling the firemen and firefighters to correspond with their families. So they would come in and they would be able to, it's more than just a cell phone or whatever, and they could sit down and they could do their business, check their checking accounts and do whatever it was that these guys have to do when they're out, combating fires and so forth. So it's more than just, emergency, watch out, this, that, and the other. And I do know that we do want to work with the Department of Justice and some of the crime prevention sorts of things also that, frankly, is sort of plaguing our area.
Right. Yeah. The possibilities for this truck are limitless. I think, just technology is so ingrained in our everyday life that we don't even realize it. And so just as, for example, what if you didn't have your computer at home, or for whatever reason you suffered a blackout or whatever? Well, this thing would take that place, this enter Techmobile, and we'd be able to offer all kinds of access and a facility, a working facility for folks who might be.
Yes, yeah. Okay, well, again, this is sort of the tail end of our second day of 6 days of big premiere week this afternoon. I don't know, Megan, if you were able to see some of them. We started with the Spectre dance with Fran Spectre, and just really fantastic. And we've seen a whole lot of dance, a whole lot of really good people that are out there doing wonderful things. And tomorrow we're going to do some music, and we are really looking forward to Saturday as well, when the superintendent, Dr. Katowski, will come and actually cut the ribbon and open this facility. The facility was also benefited from broadband technology because the Public Computing Center here is partially funded by the Broadband Technology Opportunities Program grant. It's quite a mouthful, especially when you've been talking for 3 hours. But so a wide beneficiary of this, President Obama, and that was all part of his early to combat the recession.
Right, stimulus funds.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a few minutes of live television, and I wanted to remind people that you can contract and keep the Techmobile moving because as of October, we need to support it. Okay, so folks can help us, and we appeal to big ag companies and so forth around us. We're here at your service, and also, as Phyllis Barza has pointed out, the foundation asks for your donations so that we can help not only with things like the Techmobile, but we can help provide transportation for our young people. Again, if you were in San Diego County, for example, San Diego County has a wide range of schools called high-tech highs. I went to one of them. I was blown away with what those kids have, okay? And what we're trying to do is build a system that will guarantee that our youngsters will be competitive when they go to college. How are they going to compete when they go to San Diego State in arts and entertainment and computer science and all those kinds of things when it's not available to them, okay? So we can't allow a thing like transportation to be a difficulty. We need to raise the funds so that we can get the vans, get the youngsters here, okay? Our goal is somewhere out there, we're creating a kind of a school here in amongst all these wonderful professionals that you see doing their job. And like the old, we talked about the old Renaissance model of in Florence, for example, where Da Vinci and Michelangelo learned their trade. They learned their trade from their masters who also instructed them in their academics. And so that's kind of a model.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think people understand, for example, that Luis Valdez, who is perhaps, I think is the leading living Hispanic playwright and lives right up the road here in San Juan Bautista, and has a marvelous new play coming out, as a matter of fact. I want to talk about that too throughout the week. But Luis was a migrant worker, okay? And he got his exposure to theater from, I believe it was a 4th grade teacher who was talking about masks and how you could be another person. What if we were to find here another Luis Valdez, you know? And I know that's really important to you too.
Right.
And that the youngsters that have the talent out there, gosh, we need to serve them. We need to find a way to get to them.
Untapped human potential. We
Yes.
have tons of it here
Yes.
in Monterey County.
And you see it too, don't
Yes.
you?
Yeah, we see it. We
And-
just want to
and-
help make it easier, make it more accessible.
Yeah.
Education.
I know I've seen some of the videos that Jesse has brought back, and you can see some of those younger kids out there that are doing a little bit of animation. And by the way, that truck will be fully equipped with the latest in Toon Boom animation, and they do all the Fox cartoons and so forth. So that we'll be equipped to do all of that and to get out there and to find these youngsters and give them what they want. Okay, Megan, is there anything more that you would like to, as the mastermind of BTOP, that you'd like to share with us?
Sure. Our aim is to close the digital divide in Monterey County, and we've made tremendous progress thanks to this BTOP grant and to the Techmobile, and we're just going to continue working on that.
What do you mean by the digital
The
divide?
digital divide is a division between folks who have internet access and are digitally literate and those who don't. So for many of us, we take for granted that, you know, we have a computer and that we can communicate with anyone, anywhere, at any time. We can find any information we want whenever we want it. But there are a lot of folks who have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
Or they just don't, you know, have enough money to buy, you know, to pay for an internet subscription or to buy a decent computer, or maybe they have a computer but they have no idea what to do with it or how it can help them.
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to do is simply, you know, make all of that accessible and help people just adopt technology like many of us have.
Yes.
So we have equal opportunities.
Yeah, and that we all start at the same place. You know, Juan Ramirez was here last night, and he was talking about his experiences with the new cinematic arts and technology program at CSUMB, and he mentioned that when he was in high school, at one of our local high schools,
Yeah.
in the late 90s, he did not have access to a computer.
Right.
Okay, and you couldn't take the computer home from school, but he did not have one at home. And that's, again, and he's a brilliant filmmaker. Those are the kinds of youngsters we want to make sure that we get to. And you know, this is a bit of a digital divide we have here. This facility marks our brave new world of moving from analog into the digital world. And having said that, I want to thank you, Megan, and remind everybody, Megan at MCAET.org, okay? And
Right.
watch out for the Techmobile.